We have a secret. How to get even more clients.
Speechless. Speechless.
Hi, I'm Kim Wilson,
And I'm Natasha Marchevka.
and this is Speechless. Welcome to our behind-the-scenes take on real life in VO, where we share our stories and our resources and our unsolicited opinions. Today
Coming
we have a
back
fun
with
girl.
some more opinions.
Yeah.
We have a great
do.
interview today.
Yeah, we do.
Because it's so chock full of tips.
Our
It's-
newsletter is going to be like a CVS receipt.
If you aren't subscribed to our newsletter, every time we have a show, we put out a newsletter and it shares the key thoughts and tips and resources. So be sure to go to speechlessvo.com and sign up for our newsletter. I didn't mean to do a promo right in the beginning of the show. We have Nadia Marshall coming up. She is incredible at sharing about how to do lead generation. Have a listen.
Ooh.
Nadia, every time we do a show, as you may know, we ask our guests to bring a drink so we can toast. What did you bring today?
Yes, girl.
I brought this Fever
yum.
Tree, the premium light ginger beer, because I didn't want to do anything alcoholic necessarily today because I have a session right after this.
Right.
Otherwise, I
Good
would.
point.
So, but it's bubbly and it's tasty and it, checks all the boxes. So,
Perfect.
yes.
Kim, what did you
Excellent.
bring?
I brought something called, I don't know if you have it on the West Coast, Culture Pop Soda. Pink
Mm.
grapefruit. It's really good.
And ginger. So Nadia has ginger, Kim has ginger, and I have ginger root beer.
What?
This is a retro root beer. You know how they have retro sodas, and I give that to my husband for like Christmas and stuff. But it says soothing beverage for the traveler.
Well, cheers to us
Cheers.
Yes.
travelers. Welcome. Nadia, where are you podcasting from?
I am in Atlanta. So,
Mm.
yes, I moved here in July of last year. So it's still, I wouldn't say now I can't be like, oh, it's still a new move, because people are like, you've been there for 10 months, get over yourself. But yeah, no, it's been a wonderful change of pace because I moved from Ohio. I'm originally from Florida, so this kind of fits the in between.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm a Midwest girl too.
Please
I'm an
tell
original
us,
Midwest girl. But yeah, go ahead.
please tell us a little bit about yourself, Nadia. We don't have your bio in front of us, and we thought you would do a better job of it. Not your life story, of course.
It was a cold December morning. Yes.
Right.
Well, I started in the voiceover world in the fall of 2016. But my life prior to voiceover, I did my bachelor's degree and my master's degree in vocal performance, so opera. And
Wow.
I also did French and Italian language study for my minors.
Oh,
because-
same.
Oh my gosh, love that. So that was my education based, but I started in 2016, kind of farted around for a few years trying to figure it out myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then sort of towards the end of 2019, I'm like, okay, I keep hitting a plateau. And why am I not getting anywhere? And I need help. And so I found Jamie Muffett. And he was so kind and telling me, okay, you need to do this, 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 this. You need to talk to these people. You need to do this. And that really helped before the COVID hit, really.
Right,
to
right.
set the trajectory. As we know, voiceover was not as affected compared to some other industries. So that was very helpful to have that. So lead generation is the act of going out and finding people that you eventually want to have a working relationship with. So a lead is sort of, if we think of it in 3 tiers, a lead is sort of the lower tier where you've never met the person before, you don't have a working relationship. Essentially, they're a stranger, but you want to say, hey, I think we can benefit working together. And so that's what a lead is. A prospect is someone that you've reached out to. They have expressed some sort of interest, or they haven't necessarily said no, but there's some sort of, okay, I could see a potential future here. And then the third and final tier is a client that you have a working relationship with, and either you continue to work on a regular basis, whether it be, weekly, monthly, yearly, whatever it is. So lead generation is when you go out and search for leads.
It's the
And
act of doing.
correct. So you're just kind of hunting, you're mining for data, essentially. So you're putting on your little investigator hat, you have your little magnifying glass, and you're like, looking around.
Yeah.
Cool. So how do you define a quality lead in the voiceover industry? It's not someone you just said hi on LinkedIn to, right? Hi.
Right.
Hi, thanks for connecting.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it depends on genre in some cases, but I would say you need to see a website that is current and that
Mhm.
shows work. If it
Mhm.
hasn't been updated in more than 3 to 4 years, I mean, use your
Mhm.
discretion.
Mhm.
I would say that's probably not a great idea.
Mhm.
So someone who is currently working and continues to work
Mhm.
in that particular genre or field that you're interested in, I would also say they need to have some sort of contact information that makes it easier for you to get
I'm
in
gonna write
touch
down
with.
some stuff here while you talk. Excuse me. Got some more
uh,
questions.
yeah. So it would be a good quality website, some sort of contact information. And then I would say just testimonials are important for us. Go ahead and check their testimonials.
All
They
right.
they want to showcase that. They want to show that off just how we want to show it off. Go ahead and read. Go ahead and peek at some of their, if they have a YouTube channel, a Vimeo channel, social media, go look at their work. And if you think, wow, this is high quality, or this guy made it in his basement on GarageBand, maybe not quite what I want to do
Right.
with my
And he's
time.
still in his basement. What? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's your discretion. I know when you're possibly in the beginning stages of your career, maybe you are working with someone who's possibly at a lower budget. But, depending on your level of where you are in your career and what you feel comfortable with, what you want to work on, you eventually use your own discretion and you can sort of suss it out. But I would say they need to be working currently, because just like how when people are looking for us, that's what they're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was their recent demo? What are some recent work that they've done? So we're kind of put yourself in the client's shoes. If you're having, how do I think about that? If you put yourself in their shoes, then you're like, okay, let me flip the switch and put the perspective in a different way.
So
I have
can
so
you
many
talk about,
questions.
oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah. Do you
Go,
have so
Kim.
many questions? I was going to say, can you
It's
talk
fine.
about some of the strategies that you recommend
Sure.
and
Mhm.
also mention some of the underrated strategies and maybe one that surprises you the most or surprises people the most?
For sure. I mean, good old fashioned search engine. It's been tried and true for as long as search engines have been a thing, and there's a reason for that. I would say, there are ways that you can make your search more efficient by using, say, Boolean search terms, being more precise about which keywords that you're using that your lead or your prospect would be using as well. And I mean, we know LinkedIn is great for that reason. I mean, you leave it to the LinkedIn pros like, Tracy Lindley, Mark Scott, like they're going to know a little bit more. But, if you want to go that route, they're the people to talk to. And then I would say, social media is a giant search engine.
Mhm.
And, you don't have to be on every single platform because who has time for that? But if
Right?
you focus on one or two, you can still utilize it to the
Mm.
most, the highest potential possible
Mm.
Mhm.
if you are kind of using the same strategies you would, say, on LinkedIn or on search engine, but just put it in social media. A
Right.
Okay.
surprising one, oh, sorry.
No,
Yeah. Give
go.
us the surprising one.
A surprising one, everyone forgets about Source Connect.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah, we
right.
didn't. We
We did
haven't
not.
forgotten it. You're
No, you
giving
But
it
didn't.
that's a
away,
good,
They're
Nadia.
but
like,
You're
that's a
giving it
good
listen to
away.
tip.
you.
That's a
Yeah,
good tip.
because we all have it. We all have to have it in
Yeah.
order to make our studios seem that much more professional. So why don't you
Mhm.
use it to the full of its ability? Because other people are putting information, studios, when you go and travel somewhere, you're like, oh, I'm taking a vacay with the family. Go look at which studios are nearby where you're vacationing. Because we always know there's always some last minute booking, and you're like, I told
Mhm.
you I was out of town. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
have that kind of email beforehand, just being like, oh, wanted to let you know I'm a voice actor that's here. Do you have a roster by chance? That's another potential thing. But everyone forgets about Source Connect. That's always the like,
Mhm.
what?
Mhm. Some of
Yes.
us are keeping our cards close to our chest.
Which is fair. I understand that. That's fair.
Okay, so I've just written more questions.
Okay.
But I did want to stop and say Boolean. You quickly use the term Boolean search. We
Mm-hmm.
won't ask you what that is. We're
I
gonna
will.
put it. Oh, okay. Why don't you tell Kim and our audience? I was gonna say let's put it as a resource, but why don't you
Mm.
share it and we'll put it as a resource. Thank
Sure,
you.
sure. So when you are using a library catalog, remember those days, or when you did a little bit of academia work, let's say research,
In the 1900s?
right, such a long time ago, we would use mostly there are three terms. There are more advanced methods, but we'll stick with the three main terms: and, or, not. Those are the three terms that you use. And combines things, or expands the search, not directs attention away. So you would use that in tandem with whatever keywords that you're using together to either combine, to expand, or to direct attention away from something, depending on what you're searching for.
In a search or an email?
In a
In a
search.
search.
In a search. So you're talking about like in your Chrome Google
Browser search.
Yeah. If you're on
Oh,
Google, you're on
interesting.
whatever, you
Okay.
can say, whatever city you want to look at, and maybe you put in a keyword like corporate video production. You're going to find listings of
My
databases.
brain went to, and you're gonna add croissants. Oh no, corporate narration. Okay.
I mean, I'm
Where was
hungry
I?
too.
Put in a
Uh,
city, Paris, plus croissants. Okay. Sorry.
yeah. We kind of had to let our stomach kind of, take a back seat for a
Lead the way.
second. And yeah.
This is hilarious, but oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you just opened a whole world for us.
Yeah.
Cue Aladdin. A
Well,
whole
Incredible.
new
I
world.
think
Yeah.
Yes,
you'd
do
probably
it.
already done
Do
it,
it.
Kim, because you're such a good researcher, but it's actually got a name, Boolean search. Okay.
Boolean search. I did not know.
Next, you have so much data. How are you organizing these
Mm.
contacts, Nadia?
I use a CRM myself.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people, maybe they're at their novice stages of their career, so they might just have a spreadsheet. Either way, I find putting it somewhere else is going to keep this sane because there's no way you can possibly remember everything. Plus, with a CRM, its job is to remind you even when you forget.
Mm-hmm.
And depending, it's not one size fits all for every CRM, which is I know is not the best answer because you're like, I just tell me which one to use. But
Yeah.
there's so many,
Which one are you using, Nadia?
I'm using Nimble, and I will fully admit that it was because Mark had a Nimble course, and I was like,
Okay.
great. I don't want to figure it out myself. Tell me what to do, which is
Well,
fair.
good,
Yeah.
good.
But
Well,
all of them have some sort of 30-day free trial. So use
yes.
them to your advantage. And
Yeah.
there's so many, you try it and you're like, my brain does not function with this. Then you know. But there's
Right.
so many to choose from.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just put a little realism in here, Nadia. Um,
What? What are you about to say?
Let's get real.
well, you get these free 30-day trials. It is so much work to start setting up a
Yes.
CRM with your data that it's very difficult to
Mm-hmm.
put all your eggs in that basket, and then you're like, I don't think I want to pay for this. I'm going to try something. There's a lot of effort.
Which
Very
is
true.
what they're counting on.
Yeah.
Which is why it's
Mm.
free for 30 days, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I like the ones that have tutorials, whether it be on YouTube or Vimeo. I tend to go for those a little more so because I'm like, oh, thank you. You
Mhm.
actually want to give me a fighting chance to
Right.
try
Right.
Yeah.
rather
Good
than,
tip.
I'm so tired and I
Really
don't want
good
to
tip.
do this again. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Okay, another question. Searching for leads can be super slow. So you talked about looking at their website, checking their testimonials. Oh my gosh, you're going down all these rabbit holes.
mm-hmm.
Are some tips on how to collect them more quickly than one every half an hour?
I know it. Unfortunately, some of it does come with practice. Like I will admit that I have gone down rabbit holes and I'm like, how did I
Mm.
get here? We're watching
Mhm.
capybara videos. This was not what I set out to do.
Mhm, mhm.
Will admit that. I think it's more about I find a Pomodoro timer or some sort of timer for me that works with my brain, the
Mm,
type A in me. And a
mhm.
Pomodoro timer is usually The standard is 50 minutes of deep focus followed by 10 minutes of break.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just decide to do one round and you're like, you know what, that's all my brain can do today, that's fine. Or if you
Right.
decide, even if it's not 50 minutes, I will even say for like, if you only have 45 minutes and maybe you get 5 quality leads, that's 5 more than somebody else who's like, oh, I just can't even think
That's
about
true.
it.
That's
So
true.
Right.
I don't, I sometimes I think when I talk to people about lead generation, they feel guilty. Oh, I'm only making, like 5 a day and I should be making so many. I'm like, but you're not burnt out from it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Other people
Mm-hmm.
can go, deep focus mode and they last maybe 2 weeks and they're like, I can't touch this again.
Right.
So it's more about discipline, but also, like you were saying earlier, Natasha, getting real. How much time do you really have to devote to it? How much energy do you really have to devote to it? And if
Mm-hmm.
you say to yourself, I can only do 4 or 5 a day, that's 4 or 5 more than you had if you
It's
didn't do
true.
it.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
Right.
you know yourself better than anybody. And if you're like, I can only handle 4 today because I just can't,
Mm-hmm.
okay, then set
You're right.
yourself up to
Yeah.
do just
Because
a
I
little
had
bit.
visions of you like, we need 100 contacts and like, oh my gosh, that
No,
would take a month.
ages,
Yeah.
ages. I mean,
Yeah.
people can hire a
Well, it does take a
freelancer.
month.
Right, right. And sometimes, you do hire somebody and you're like, I want 100 leads. And you're like, I haven't gotten it yet because they're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's only fair that it's going to take a little bit of time. But, it's
Mm-hmm.
I'd say a timer or some sort of way that you can do like a do not disturb, put yourself into a deep focus mode, and then
Mm-hmm.
just do what you can handle. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to say, oh, I have 100 every. No, 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 no. You just heard my day to day session before, session after. Like, I don't have all the time in the world. But even if it's 4, that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
and with these leads, you're gathering their name, their title, their company, their email,
Yes,
and then you're setting yourself up to send a cold email. Is that the goal?
correct. Yes,
Right.
yes.
Okay. Just
Ultimately,
confirming.
no, no, no. That's a great question. And I mean, some people prefer cold calling or they might prefer email. I like email myself just because like phone calls, I'm like, unless you're my close friend, like, no, you're not getting my phone number. But but ultimately, yes, you're trying to find a way to market yourself to them.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, their email, phone number, if you want to have it just in case, their business address, if you want to send them a holiday card, if they become a client, just don't stalk them, please.
Right.
And, any other notes you want to take of like, oh, they went to Ohio State. I went to Ohio State. That's so cool. If that's something you
Mm-hmm.
care about
Mm-hmm.
or
Right.
listing
Right.
of how many auditions you've done with them, if that's something, whatever data you want to track, you
Mm-hmm.
can go as deep as you need to. But ultimately, like you said, the basics, how to
Mm-hmm.
contact them, what's their name, what's their job title, where in the company. So then if, say, they leave, you can find the person who took their position.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. Excellent.
What about companies that don't have contact info for the right people on their website? So you have these huge production companies
Mhm.
and you want to work for them, but it's so mysterious because they have, a form
Info
or
at
info
I
at.
know. I
So
know.
how do you,
yeah,
do you have
what's your
any
trick?
tips?
There are a few different methods you can do. So if depending on if they have a LinkedIn page and if they have people listed as like employees, that's based on if someone puts that on their profile. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh
kind of up
yeah.
to them. That
Yeah.
is one method you
Mm-hmm.
can check. If you're like, tried that, did not work, then you can go back to the drawing board and you can do either hunter.io or you can do apollo.io. Now, things have changed that apollo.io doesn't allow unlimited amount of credits
Mm.
tier. You only have maybe about 100 free per month or something, but like, you can make it work. You can stretch it out a bit. Or hunter.io, you can kind of do a reverse. So the info at, you put that in there and then it'll give you, if you can kind of guess, oh, let's say for argument's sake, the producer that's there that I want to get a hold of, I kind of saw on LinkedIn, his name is Hunter Martson, and you're looking for H. Martson or something, and you see it pop up on hunter.io, you're like, oh, okay. And then you can check if there's green check marks or yellow check marks. You can say, oh, okay, that seems like a legitimate email, or, oh, it might be a bit outdated. Probably not going to work. And that could be another way for you to get that information. So
It's
3 different methods.
it's investigative skills at your highest level
Absolutely.
for a
And
voiceover.
and I mean, I said that as part of a joke of like putting your detective hat on or whatever, but like if there's
Yeah,
some way you have to gamify it for yourself to make it
you got
exciting,
to.
do it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tedious work, but if you
Yeah.
can make it that every time you get a lead, you like pop an M&M in your mouth, like live your life. I mean, you do what you need to do,
I love
That's the
that.
quote.
Or a
Live your
croissant.
life.
live your life,
Put an
pop a
M&M in
cold
your
one.
mouth. Live your
So
life.
many tips. So we'll put apollo.io and
Mhm.
hunter.io in the research or in the resources so
Yes.
that people can look into that further.
Mhm.
Okay, so what do you find is the biggest mindset block that VO folks have around finding leads? Is it fear of
Mm.
rejection? Are they lazy? Is it because they're distracted by Netflix?
I
What do
mean,
you think?
fair. I think we did hit a few of the pain points of like just volume.
Yeah.
Quantity over quality, I think, is
Mm-hmm.
the biggest hurdle because, you feel guilty that you don't have more, but you're still
Hmm.
having more than someone who's just not doing it.
Yeah,
Right.
If you think to yourself, I'm only going to do 2 a day, let's say, 2 a day, 5 days a week for an entire year, that's still a pretty healthy amount
yeah,
compared to zilch.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
still a
yeah,
pretty, so like, do not beat yourself up. If all you
right,
can handle is two, that's okay.
right.
All
Yeah.
what you're aiming to do, right? This business, we are trying to find different ways to grow our business. This is one branch of your tree.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be the biggest branch, but it's
Mm-hmm.
a helpful branch. And if
Yeah,
flowers grow from it, it still can be harvestable. If fruit grows from it, it can still be harvestable. You have all of these other ways. You're doing pay to plays. Maybe you have, representation. Maybe you're wonderful with your SEO and you just have people coming to you. You post on social media, people are coming to you. This is another branch of your tree. It
yeah,
doesn't have to be the
Hmm.
biggest branch, but let it be a branch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nadia has shared so many, I don't mean to speak to you in the third person, but you've shared so
I
many
don't
great
mind.
tips. Um, and to our listeners, we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, Nadia is going to share with you her sort of secret, how you can figure out how to do all of this that she's talking about with more ease. We love ease. Be
Mhm.
right back. Hi, everybody. We're just popping in here for a quick promo about our Speechless Planner. So, this is the 2025 version 1 Speechless Planner with all kinds of
Mm.
questions like journaling clues or cues about goal setting and what you want to do with your life, basically. And then there's also pages like a day timer. So you've got the schedule and you can put your lists. I love lists. And
You
each
are the
week
list lady.
starts, yeah, each week starts with something that Kim and I have thought about. that, that
That would
is
be
the,
important to think about.
it's the time management matrix, urgent and important matrix. Yeah, you can use it or not. And then in the back, all kinds of voiceover resources. You can get an ebook version or a hard copy version by going to speechlessvo.com. Okay, we're back, and Nadia has something special that she's created for voiceover talent, or is it for all freelancers, Nadia?
At the moment, it's just for voiceover talent, but hopefully in the future it can be for more freelancers. But I'm sticking to VO peeps for right now.
Right. So tell everyone
Fantastic.
how you can help them really ramp up their success with lead generation.
Absolutely. So there are right now actually two courses available.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. So the main course is Lead Generation Blueprint, the Ultimate Guide. That's the name of the course I created. And it
Mm-hmm.
is tailored purely for voice actors. It goes into detail of, why do you need lead generation, showing actual screen recordings of examples with a search engine, with LinkedIn, social media, examples of, okay, this method works, this method didn't. Why? Let's see what happens, so you're seeing it in
Mm.
real time. And then it's going to those more unconventional methods like Source Connect, like conferences, awards, everyone forgets,
Mm-hmm.
different social media
Right.
platforms as
Mm-hmm.
well. I
All the
go
secrets.
all the secrets of the trade. And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually revamping it right now. So I will do one on CRMs and how to sort of put that information in your CRM or what CRMs are available and what sort of pros and cons and things, because I know that's a lot. But That's
Yes, I
essentially
think that would be a hot selling one, a hot selling course. Like which CRM and what the hell do I put in it
what do
besides
I
their
do?
name? Yeah.
Exactly. That will be a module that is currently in the works that will be added. So that is one. And then I also did a co-course, a mini course with Tom Deere, who we all know and love. And we're calling it the Voiceover Marketing Intensive. And what that does is it's a shorter course. It's bite-sized, just 16 small videos,
Oh,
some
just
with me.
16 small
Just
videos.
16, but
Mini.
they're like 2 minutes, so that's what I mean.
Okay.
It's not like you
Right,
can get
right.
through it. You can get through it in like a
Okay.
weekend.
32 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, 32 minutes. It's not a lot. So he's going to go through more of the marketing, how to prepare your email, how to do all of that sort of stuff, market yourself. Whereas I go over how to find the people, so they go in tandem together.
Nice.
And that's more of if you just need a little bit more help with marketing as a whole. That's the course for you. So there are 2 offerings.
Wow.
I love what I love about all this is that it's not just for beginners, it's for everyone. With everything
Yes.
you're saying, I know Kim is probably on the same page as me. We always need to go back to the basics in case we are missing some sort of, I don't know, Boolean search know-how or
My new
whatever.
favorite word.
There's always something more to learn. So this is for all levels of whatever season you are in your
Yeah.
business.
Yes,
Very
Yeah.
absolutely.
Very
We've
cool.
seen. I mean, I haven't been in the voiceover career as much as some other people, but there's been a shift that's happened in the
Yeah.
past 10 years, especially 10 to
Mhm.
15 years, let's say, where marketing is kind of a necessity now.
Mhm.
If you want to be full time, it is.
Mhm. If you
Exactly.
want a
For
sustainable
most.
business, it is.
For
Right.
most people, yeah.
And things can happen outside of your control, force majeures, whatever it may be, that
Force majeures.
force majeures that we're in the French mood here, where things are outside of your control. Writer's strike, right? All of a sudden, your agents aren't sending you as much auditions. All of a sudden, the casting site changes the algorithm, and things can happen that when you have all of these. Let's go back to our lovely metaphor. All these different branches of your tree that aren't rotting. They can keep you afloat, or when
Yeah.
one is starting to not flower as much, but the other one is flowering, like it helps out. And
Yeah.
it's already so difficult as entrepreneurs that we have our brain in so many different ways. But you can always outsource this eventually because what can you do that only you can do
Yep.
beyond the mic?
Yep.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is nobody else can do that. But
That's
if you
right.
need to, somebody else you can hire to help you out with leads. And maybe you start small because you don't have the money to be able to say, I need you to do all my email marketing for me for a month. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I have that. But you could say, hey, I want you to find 50 leads for me for the month. That's doable and probably not going to be as expensive. Plus, you get your time back.
Mhm.
Right. Right. Mm.
Wowza. Well,
Nice.
I have a feeling that Nadia might have a promo code for a discount
Yes,
for our
I do.
Tell us
listeners.
I
all about
do.
it.
So it
And
will
where can our listeners find
Well, we'll give
find
them links, Kim. We'll give them
Yes.
links in the
Yeah,
resources
we can do a
section.
link.
Yeah.
We will do a promo code. I'm going to just double check and make sure I know what
Well,
the
you don't
promo
have to
code
share it.
is.
We can share it in the resources.
Okay,
I don't want to put any
fabulous.
pressure on you.
No
But
good. Yeah.
everyone, if you are watching this show and you listen to the end, you'll know where to look for the discount. Well, thank you so much, Nadia. It was so nice to
Yes. Cheers.
Yes.
talk
That was
about this
fun.
with you. We've learned so much. Cheers.
Oh my
Thank you
gosh.
for all the tips.
Speechless.